Hey guys, I'm here with Hector, and we're going to give you a tutorial of Fervour. Okay, so first we roll the dice to see who's the primary player. You win, so you're the primary player on the first round. Okay, now you shuffle your deck and draw 8 cards. So at the beginning of every round, each player shuffles their deck and draws 8 cards. Now, we'll be playing open hand for this game, at least for the first round, so Hector can get used to the game. Okay, so now that you've drawn your hand, you can choose to mulligan down to 7 if you like. You can do this as many times as you like, with drawing one less card each time you mulligan. Otherwise, you can keep your hand. When both players are satisfied, drop all your emotions. So each player places down all their emotion cards. Emotion cards are the white cards with the symbols on them. The others are spells or summons. So this is my hand currently. Place one of your emotions into your permanent emotion pile. Be here for you. I'll place an anger in my permanent emotion pile. And the rest stay back here. Now, turns begin in the rounds. So, in Fervour, turns are single action turns. You can do one thing in each of your turns, and turns will go back and forth. Now, on your turn, you can do one of 3 things. You can cast a card, attack or guard with a card, or pass your turn. Since you probably don't want to pass and you have nothing to attack or guard with, you may as well cast a card. I recommend casting your Possessed Armor. So now, to cast a card. This is the emotion requirement. You have to own at least 2 fear symbols to cast this. What you use to cast is irrelevant. You just have to have enough on the arena. This is the emotion cost. This is how many emotion cards you have to use to be able to play this. So use 3 emotions, so turn them sideways. And now you've cast your Possessed Armor. Now, whenever any card is cast in Fervour, you flip for an elemental. That means reveal the top card of your deck. If it's an emotion, so one of these, you add it to your temporary emotion pile. So it'll get added here and you can use it to cast further cards. If it's any other card, in this case it's a Bat Swarm, its elemental ability gets added to the cast card as a buff. So its elemental here is +1/+0. So this card becomes a 4/1 with armor 2 now. You can then add any cards as elementals from your hand to the cast card for free. Now that's all you can do in your turn, so your turn ends. It goes to my turn. In my turn, I am going to pay 1, and I'm going to cast a Sandmite. This is also a summon. Whenever I cast a card, I flip for an elemental, and I flip to Windwolf, which gives it +1/+1. So I can symbolize this to make it easier. So it's a 1/2 currently. I'm now going to add the Celebration Eel from my hand to it as an elemental. This gives it an extra +1/+1, which increases it to a 2/3. This is all I can do on my turn, and so now the turn passes to you. So it's your turn again. You can now cast either of these 2, or you can attack or guard with your Possessed Armor. So maybe cast your Chimney. That might be a better play for now. So you pay 2 since it costs 2. And you own 1 fear, so that's fine. So just pay 2. No, they stay used. And you pay 2, and now you flip for an elemental. Yep, you add that to your temporary emotion pile. Now, since you won't be able to use your Bat Swarm now, you can't cast it, you may as well add it as an elemental to your Chimney. So just add it at the bottom. Yep, so the elemental is +1/+0. So that is a 3/2 Chimney. Okay, that's all you can do in your turn, so now it goes to me. Now, I am going to attack with my Sandmite. Okay, so how attacking works. When I attack with a card, I pick a target for it to attack. This can be any card on the field, including players. Just like in a real fight, when someone's about to attack you, you have a turn to do something about this. You can block, you can attack back, or you can cast something else and let it hit you. This is reflected in Fervour. And so, whenever something attacks something else, it resolves on your player's next turn. So this, I'll choose to attack you. So the Sandmite is now currently attacking you, Hector. Now, my turn ends, it goes to you, and you have 1 turn to do something about this. This attack will resolve at the end of your turn. So now you can do something. You can cast a card, which you can't in this case, or you can guard with your Chimney Imp or Possessed Armor, or you can attack me. I'd recommend probably guarding with either of these two. Probably with Chimney Imp. So would you like to guard yourself with Chimney Imp? Yep. In Fervour, cards guard targets rather than block attacks. Chimney Imp is now guarding Hector. Chimney Imp now stays guarding until either of the 2 cards do another action. When a card is attacking a target, it has to hit all guardians first, and then it can hit its target. So now the attack resolves. Since the Chimney Imp is guarding Hector and the Sandmite's attacking Hector, it first has to fight the Chimney Imp. So these two fight each other. That means they do damage equal to their damage value to each other. My Sandmite has an ability called Crushing Weight, which means when this card deals damage, add its strength, damage dealt. Strength is the defense value. So it's doing 5 damage in total. The Chimney Imp has 3 damage. So the Chimney Imp does 3 damage to Sandmite, and the Sandmite will do 2 damage to the Chimney Imp, because that's enough to destroy it. Now they both are destroyed because they have sustained damage equal to their strength. So both of them get destroyed, and that's the end of the attack. Yeah, put that in your discard file. And that's it. Now, in the situation, let's say the Sandmite had an extra strength and wasn't killed by the Chimney Imp. The Sandmite could now go and continue with its remaining damage onto its consecutive guardians until it hits its target. But in this case, since the Sandmite is destroyed, nothing happens. So that's the end of your go. Since you guarded and the attack resolved, now it's back to my go. I'm going to now pay 4, and I'm going to cast a Fireball, flipping for an Elemental, which I get a Windwolf, which gives it +1/+1, which makes it a 7/2. And now, a Fireball is a spell. There's 2 types of cards in this game, summons and spells. There's 2 differences between them. Summons stick around at end of round, and spells have to attack or guard when cast. So this counts as part of its casting procedure. I have to attack or guard with this when I cast it. So I'm going to target you with the Fireball. Now it's back to your turn. You can guard with your Possessed Armor, or you can hit me with your Possessed Armor. Now, Fireball has an ability called Relentless. Relentless means Fireball is not destroyed until the end of the attack. So even if you guarded something and kill the Fireball, as long as I have remaining damage, it's going to survive and keep going through until all its damage is used up. Since Possessed Armor only has Armor 1 and 1 Strength, I wouldn't recommend guarding with it. So probably your best choice is to attack me.
Yeah.
Okay, so turn it sideways. Possessed Armor is used, and it's now attacking me. So that's the end of your go. So the attack resolves. So the Fireball hits you for 7 damage. Now each of us start on 20 life. When we go to 0, we lose. So you take 7 damage now from the Fireball. 7, yeah. So put that to 13. Now it's my go, and the Possessed Armor is attacking me, but I'm out of things to do. So I pass my go. My turn ends. The Possessed Armor hits me for 4 damage. So I go to 16. And now it's your go. You have nothing to do, so you pass. My go, I pass. When there's 3 passes in a row, the round ends. At the end of the round, each player discards all their temporary emotions. So everything back here. Scoop it up and discard it. They discard all spells. So my Fireball disappears. And all elementals. So your Bat Swarm elemental on the Possessed Armor disappears. Then all cards are turned upright. So they're freed. And then shuffle your discard pile into your deck. Then shuffle your deck, and a new round will begin. So the only thing that stays between rounds is your permanent emotions and summons and any cards with a permanent ability. Your hand, your temporary emotions, discard pile, everything else is discarded. Shuffle them into your deck, and then we start a new round. So draw 8 cards. Then drop down all your emotions, putting 1 in the permanent pile, and the rest in the temporary. Then primary player shifts. So I play first this round. And now we begin the second round. Well, that's just about all the rules you need to know to be able to play. We're going to go ahead and finish this game. You can stay if you like. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed, and see you later.